Alright, hello everybody and welcome. Today's A Link to the Past Randomizer Challenge Cup action. Third round match. Game 3, so it's all down to this. Between the top seed, Dragonstrike1988 versus 17th seed, Slowpoke316. Should be quite an entertaining match. I'm Pro A007, very happy to be joining you here today, and on the mic with me is the third X. Welcome.
Hello.
We're in for a treat today with two very good players. Head-to-head winner-take-all game 3. Today, the settings are a standard 7-7, so they're going to save Zelda today, and map compass shuffle, so that is going to put greater emphasis on the dungeons, I think, because instead of Eastern, for example, having standard 3 items, the map and the compass could now have up to 5 items.
Yeah, that could be very nice. Additionally, you don't know which prize pool you're gonna have to take until you get that map.
Right. So it's going to be interesting to see how our runners, what they get off of the opening draw and how that will affect their decisions going forward. Could force them into very different routes depending on what they get. And it also depends how aggressive they want to be in the match because they know it's win or go home. So, should be starting momentarily. What do you think Uncle's going to give us today?
Well, I would like to see a hammer.
Okay, a hammer. I'm going to say we're going to get a red cane today. We're going to get the cane of Samaria.
It could be a nice weapon too.
Kind of takes some of the fun out of the end game, having the red cane so early, but it'll force them to be a little creative with their offense in the opening section. All right, we are off.
Bless you.
So we got Uncle asking for batted up. Well, okay, we got a bow right off the bat. So that's a thing. He's Just Boy, our tracker, did indeed call that correctly, although I'm not sure we expected it to be in the house, but okay, sure. What's Uncle got?
Sword!
Vanilla sword.
Oh, vanilla.
So, alright, so it's a magic drop there for Slowpoke, even though won't be able to use it right away. But that's alright.
Okay, so we got 2 weapons to start off.
2 weapons, and having the sword will probably simplify escape for the runners because it's fairly standard for them. But right now, the main thing is to get a bomb before the back of the escape so they can get 3 more items, or are they going to have to sort of circle back to later after they get power gloves?
The first check. Nothing drops.
Right. So, there's still time. There are a fair... Sometimes the item draw can be pretty generous with those bombs. There's a lamp. So that puts Eastern right into the frame right away as fully clearable. They don't know, and they won't know until they get the map for Eastern, but with a bow and lamp, that might just compel them to get it done and over with. Because it's 5 items plus 3 from Sarsaparilla. So that really would lend itself the idea that this is worth making a run at. Dragonstrike's got to be a little careful here. Okay, he's got it.
Additionally, that lamp isn't needed for the escape route, as you get a free lamp just for it in the standard mode.
Yeah, 20
So
bucks.
it's a weird find.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of vanilla so far this seed in terms of the item drops. It's interesting. Slowpoke is ever so slightly ahead of Dragonstrike during the escape. Dragonstrike took a little longer to take care of the fallen chain guard.
Just small lead, anything could happen.
Oh yeah, we are hardly in the thick of this yet, but as stated, we could see a bit of a divergence after Hyrule Castle. Again, depending on what these players want to do, if they want to kind of go the standard CAC southern routes, or if they want to make the eastern play, make a run at that, given that this is mapped compasses, that might tilt their decision-making a little bit. No bombs yet for our runners. A lot of magic, though. Money?
Yeah, Green Guards drops magic, Snakes drop magic, Mouse drops, the Rats, what they do drop, magic.
Oh.
So probably no back of escape so far.
Not appears so. 2 rooms left. Starting to get a little panic station here with the items. Drops, hoping that something comes through. There's arrows, that's not what they need. So, yeah. Right. Oh, right. Dragon gets the bomb at the last second.
Nice to have that divergence.
Yes, that's big. There's some bombs, there's a magic cape, and 20 bucks, and a bottle in the back of Sang. So, good items there the end. So, Slowpoke is heading for Kakariko and Lost Woods, it appears, to what Dragonstrike decides to do. $4 from the free pull. Dragon is also heading westward.
Still no bombs for Slowpoke, that's quite bad.
Bottle in Lumberjack Cave. So, given they already have a bottle, it's not going to be required in that context. But, shall see. So, Dragon ignoring Lumberjack for the moment. $4 from that triple. Piece of heart. woods. Did Dragon get a bottle?
Yes, you did.
Yes, he did? Okay, good.
The blue mail for Slowpoke. Dragon did pick up that bottle with green goo.
So Slowpoke is still without bombs, so this is going to make the CAC check possibly more problematic if he doesn't get anything out of the well.
I'm curious to see whether whether Slowpoke will buy bombs or will check some. I think there will be a tavern back check and then buy bombs. If Sick Kid hasn't bombs.
Right, Sick Kid, back at tavern, yeah, there it is.
Ah.
Slowpoke dodges a bullet there and saves himself 50 rupees. And the Sick Kid has explosive, so apparently some sort of anarchist.
That's much better.
Right. So first map is the map of Hyrule Castle, which is useless.
That's one of two maps we don't want to see.
Right. GT being the other. So Dragonstrike can pay off the bottle vendor at the well. Our runners are going to largely sync up on the items the next minute or so. There's a baby shield.
The baby? Oh, that's the first time I hear that one.
Fisher Price shield, baby shield, it's all the same.
The fighter shield. Oh, Ice Rod! No Ice Rod hunt today. And the Moon Pearl.
So Ice Rod, and we got a red. So Moon Pearl, Red Boomerang, and Ice Rod. So that's interesting. And there's just a marginal return on investment there.
Yeah, return of 20%.
Yeah, doing better than most in that context with your investments. Alright, so from here, once they're finished with Kakariko, it'll be interesting to see what they do next. Go the southern route, could do eastern. Depends on what they're prioritizing here. Again, it is a mild gamble because we don't know what eastern is because we don't have the map for it yet. So that could lead them in a couple of different directions. How hard do you want to gamble? You got a 70% chance of being right. So in that context, it looks pretty good. The piece of heart in the library.
And Slowpoke checks the race game before doing it.
Just a map.
Yeah,
so,
could be useful, you don't know.
Yeah, unless it's GT, but neither of them is going to make a 30-second, detour just to find out. Slowpoke is indeed heading towards eastern.
Probably checking the island first, yes.
Good idea. Get that out of the way. And just a vanilla piece of art.
Dragonstrike exactly doing the same.
Yeah, it's an easy check. It takes 5 seconds. It's not a big deal, and you never know. So Sarsaparilla. So it is worth noting Sarsaparilla could tell them that Green Pendant is an Eastern a la vanilla. So let's see.
Misery
Myers,
Meyer. Definitely you wanna talk to him. Master Sword already, and another bottle with a fairy inside. That might be useful with just 4 hearts, but not in this dungeon.
So we've got Blue Sword, Magic Cape, and Moon Pearl. Anybody feeling like an agate check? So this is getting interesting.
Yeah. Although they have quite a few checks left.
Yes, we're about 15 minutes from that actually becoming a thing, especially with a fully completable dungeon play. Lucid Nimbus in chat saying Proceed is screaming agate right now. Well, not quite screaming, but sort of nudging with a lot of hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge kind of thing.
It still could be... Well, imagine getting a glove now. That would change everything.
Yeah, a glove.
There's a big key in it.
Alright. So yeah, but because this is maps, compasses, they're probably and to item count their way through this and hope for a quick Easter. They're gonna have to full clear this unless they really want to gamble. Hard container for Slowpoke and Dragonstrike.
Yeah, all the other items here are now any items, could be anything, because we already found the big key.
So instead of 3 items, could be as many as 5 in this dungeon. So because the map's compasses does shift the weight a bit more towards the dungeon under controls.
You know, Dragonstrike spawns the 3rd skeleton. Needs a bit more time then.
Yeah, so Dragonstrike gets 5 hearts, a big chest, another heart container. So this has been a healthy dungeon, if nothing else.
It's not too bad to have some hearts. I mean, you don't need them for this dungeon.
No, but if the way this is going, early thieves comes into play, you want to have probably 8, 9 hearts just in case you get beat up pretty good by the enemy.
Oh well, you have blue mail, so that heart count is quite good now.
Yeah.
It's a solid heart count with a blue mail.
But actually, Dragonstrike can just use the magic cape here and get through this. But decided to... Oh, there's the gloves!
See. So that puts a few more checks into logic.
Yep, Death Mountain is now in play.
However, only the left side.
Right, but still 2 items, plus a save, if nothing else.
But we are just 1 item away from normal Dark World access.
Right.
On Slowpoke collecting some money. You rarely see that.
Well, he's probably thinking Zora is now potentially in play because of the gloves. So it's not a bad idea to get those 90 rupees because this has not exactly been a rich seed so far. We still have a lot to check, mostly on the south side, still.
Indeed, if you don't want to go and say, yeah, I just say this is an Agar Seed, and if you don't want to say this is an Agar Seed, you're gonna go South Shore, and if you go South Shore, you can go Zora, because he's in logic.
There's our first compass. It's Dark Palace, and it is a crystal, so 1715 for Dragon.
It's nice how Dragon catched up.
Yeah, because Slowpoke made the detour for the rupees, so that gave him what he needed, gave him the lead as far as that goes. So 1740 for Slowpoke.
However, that compass is really well, it's an item you don't want to see. No of our runners need a compass.
Right. Yeah, these runners are well practiced in their numbers, so that's not.
Okay, Dragonstrike doing the South Shore while Slowpoke has to catch up this this back of escape checks.
Yeah, nothing that is gonna really move him forward. The magic cape is nice, largely as a defensive item at this point, but certainly has everything to go after Aga chooses. Shovel.
Oh, shovel! Do you like to want to do a fetch quest?
Not right now, but
Everyone likes fetch quests. Come on.
So I didn't get a look at whether that was a red or a blue crystal during Dragon's brief pause. Moldorm Cave.
Bombs. Molten Troll Dome Cave.
Yeah.
Oh, Slowpoke setting up a houlihan.
Yep.
Moldorm Cave with no progression here.
So 225 rupees to Slowpoke. Here, probably route this into the South Island and so you can get the last 44 rupees from there. So it's a good piece of routing by Slowpoke.
Yeah, and additionally you get this teleport to your house. This is so nice to do this. I really love seeing this.
Yeah, that's a sharp bit of play by Slowpoke, and won't be able to get the ledge item Zora, but other than that, that's pretty much a full clear. Just a
Compass piece down.
no.
It's
interesting. No going back to do fake flippering.
And maybe because it's not in logic and you still need progression for Dark World and you can't get it there, I think. Or it's unlikely. I think you wanna do the fetch quest.
Yeah, that seems where Dragon is going. From there, it'll be interesting. So some more money for Slowpoke.
Are we gonna see the stun prize? Just the green one.
And 20 bucks in the digging, in the shovel dig, so nothing there. Looks like Dragon might be going for a Gina.
I think so. Agina is in logic, and yeah, the West Death Mountain. Yeah, and Sora, and that's it.
Right. Slowpoke getting a couple more rupees, gonna get 500 to pay off Zora. Whether it's a life lesson or, something good, remains to be seen.
Definitely a good idea if you want to avoid Aghanim. You either just go for Aghanim or you're gonna avoid it.
Right. And depending on how this breaks, that could have a major impact on who gets out ahead here. Bombs and Agina. But this what we're seeing from Slowpoke could be huge because between Hobo, 2 items in the waterfall, which he could get because he has Moon Pearl, and Zora, so that's 4 items, but Slowpoke is going straight for the waterfall, not going to deal with the Hobo just yet.
And Dragonstrike is going for that Aghanim play.
So we got a major route divergence here.
This will make a huge difference in the race. We don't know in which direction.
Nothing there in the waterfall, just a couple of pieces of heart. So not worth it.
It, however, broke the water walk for a second.
Right. Just a map on the ledge, so this is being somewhat validated so far by Slowpoke at least getting a few checks here. So what does Zora have? This could be big for Slowpoke.
Definitely is. If it is a hammer.
Hammer or...
Oh, it's a glove.
Oh, boy. Oh,
so this
boy.
does make a huge divergence. Aghanim was not needed. And because this is only map compass shuffle, there are 2 keys in the Aghanim's tower. So no items out of that, no progression out of that.
True. Although, the only advantage Dragonstrike has is maybe there is something good in on the pyramid, or at Catfish, or in Pod. So it's still big. There's no question. But there is still a chance for Dragonstrike to level this up a little bit, especially if something like the hammer shows up on one of those places.
If you count the checks he gains from that, I think it's not worth it. We're gonna see.
No question.
Let's not do the commentator's curse here.
Well, no, but so okay, it was a blue crystal for Eastern.
So Skull Woods.
Yeah.
Well, there are 2 more items in Skullwood, so it could be something. I mean, you have the red meringue. You can stun all these.
Yeah, so 4 items potentially in Skull Woods. So Skull Woods is a fairly trendy play to begin with. There. So, chat, how many blue balls are we gonna get? Math Girl going with the traditional 15. I will say 5.
I say 4.
4. Alright. So you heard it here first. We got 5 and 4.
That's the first one.
There goes the dream. Blue cane and that's good. That's a pretty good find for Slowpoke. Again, not really required, but it will make some things a little easier, like say blind, for example.
I think they both can beat blind very fast in script.
Oh, I'm sure they can, but you know, if you get into a little bit of a pickle there, is it unlikely? Sure, but it's nice to have that peace of mind, I suppose. Mitz was Zora.
The game expects you to be able to farm money.
I wasn't really counting. How many was that? There's the Desert Palace map. There's a 2. So $50 on the pyramid.
No, we're gonna collect it. I think Dragonstrike feels like he misses something.
Well, yes and no. The logic kind of points you in this direction. Yeah, he skipped a couple of checks here, but at the same time, he could do just about everything in pod except finish it. So potentially 7 items at play here.
Well, Slowpoke could do that too. I believe both runners can do that. It's a small trick, but you can do it.
Well, yeah.
And that's hanging.
Light hiccup for Slowpoke at the moment. Dragonstrike moving on to pod off the greedy monkey for 100 rupees.
I wonder what the monkey is gonna buy off this. Did you see what was on Bumper Ledge, by the way?
Yeah, it was just a validation arrow.
The middle finger arrow, okay.
Okay, so small key for dragon. So while we wait for Slowpoke to be back online, Dragon has a lot of items to pull out of this dungeon.
Indeed, and as you can see, as Dragon collected the compass, you see the item count on the top. Our runners don't need it, but it's nice for us as viewers.
Yeah. So,
yeah, if Slowpoke's gonna miss a bit longer, then I hope Slowpoke does have a local record.
sure.
Usually the runners do that.
Yeah. So, a lot of keys up front for Dragonstrike, so all the good stuff is in the back, as usual.
Yeah, do you know the key logic?
Yeah.
It's like, I learned it just a few days ago. It's like, the key logic is like you can't outluck yourself, something like that.
Right. Right, it's designed in such a way to protect the gamers from themselves. So, it's always appreciated.
Yeah, that means... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, might be a death warp here, just to get everything set. I'm not really sure what Dragonstrike's going to do. Quake Medallion.
Oh. Might be needed, we don't know. Always nice to have one at least. Okay, that's a death walk now.
Yep. So reset the cycle and... Oh, wait, yeah. He's just a boy, I think is right. Oh, whoops.
Do you see some couple of rage slashes now?
Yeah.
Walk of shame.
Yeah. Well, I've done that more than once, so I think everybody has. It's easy to forget that, oh yeah, fairy.
Death warp denied.
So, moving right along here,
the thing about the key logic is very nice. You can predict where keys are.
yeah.
And sometimes leave behind a chest.
So with that, we get a bomb jump here from Dragonstrike.
The so-called hammer jump.
Yep. Not have a big key though.
Yeah, something. Maybe it's inside.
I hope so. I was hoping it's right. Nope.
Oh,
That's a welcome find.
it's a big find.
There's the big key. So not the worst scenario for Dragon. With boots now in play, that opens up a couple of things, including oddly enough that bottle in Lumberjack, but it's almost by the by.
The dragon is logically not able to see the left Dark World, so the eastern side of Dark World, yet.
Unless he pulls a hook shot in the next minute, yeah, he's gonna be locked out. Well, unless of course the catfish is holding it. I would. Well, there's a map. That's the other maps. GP. I'm a little surprised Dragonstrike didn't just go for all the rupees in here, because pretty rich repository.
Oh god! Commentator's curse?
I'm a genius, sort of.
That's another death blow. So, actually, Dragonstrike could believe that this was an Agassi because it really paid off and gave him access to the East Dark World side, and I think he may skip Zora for a long time unless he gets a mirror.
Yeah, yeah, that just blew the doors wide open for Dragonstrike. It saved him from a potential disastrous situation, as far as that's concerned.
However, we not know what Slowpoke got.
Right, we're not gonna have an idea just yet. A little while at any rate. So
not sure if the stream is going on again. Sorry again.
While we wait for that to resolve itself, Dragon head to like.
Yes, Zora didn't troll us today. I think Catfish will. I think it's either a map or a compass.
Right.
Or a fetch quest.
Another fetch quest, yeah, and some powder that can eventually be used, or a drug deal. Dragon's already like half convinced it's gonna be useless. Oh well, not useless.
That useless.
Yeah. Got max defense the rest of the way. That can't be a bad thing.
Personally, I would be very happy about this, but I don't know if he needs it.
Doesn't need it, but it's never not welcome.
Yeah, true.
Especially if health becomes a bit of a put at a premium here. If they're playing with like 12 hearts or less, going into Ganon's, like having that peace of mind is nice to have.
Chat's calling it the covered mail.
Well, that's suppose that's one opinion about it. Dragonstrike, yeah, the middle finger arrow. Gotta steal that from this point on. Dragonstrike is gonna head to Skull Woods. I think we've had a map check as far as Dark World. I know we haven't gotten all the maps, but even still, I know we've got a couple of them on the board. Gonna burn for Dragonstrike.
The things we're looking for are the fire rod, the hammer, maybe the cane of Samaria, maybe, we don't know. If we need it.
May need literacy to get into desert. Yeah, there's still a lot of known unknowns at this point. How the runners choose to play this out will be because again, map compasses does change your mindset a little bit.
Indeed. I think, yeah, things I would like to see as a runner would be especially the fire rod, the hammer, or the mirror.
Yeah, I think just for the sake of moving the seed along, I think hammer would probably be their #1 item right now, just because it opens up so much. For Dragonstrike, that would be a dream, just because it would allow him to finish Pod.
No, well, we don't know what Pod is yet.
True, but got 13 of the 14 chests, you might as well finish it off.
Yeah, so you don't wanna go back there when you know it's not needed. Because you got all the items.
Slowpoke has returned to IRC, so hopefully we'll back up very soon. Get an idea of where he's at compared to Dragonstrike.
Well, meanwhile we can see the check Slowpoke did make.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure he could have done chess game right away because he only had like 3 rupees last saw. Dragonstrike is going into Thieves' Town. Has the compass, again, not needed, but so that takes care of that as far as chess Slowpoke. Potentially 6 items here for Dragonstrike. Normally 4, but again with Map Compass Shuffle, that does change the dynamic a bit. And apart from the hammer, this is a perfectly completable dungeon. The big chest is out for the moment unless hammer shows up.
Yes, chat's saying if a hammer is in here, it's probably bad because Slowpoke has access to POD. I think if Slowpoke really wants to do POD, which you may not want to, then he could buy bomb flippers or something like that. But still, I think he would prioritize some other checks in his position, even if you get the hammer. What Slowpoke checked, by the way, were the crystal dungeons. To ask in the bomb shop, you usually do that if you have no idea where they are.
Right.
So Slowpoke does have more information than we do on the dungeons, I think.
So, okay, so Math Girl are reaffirmed that Slowpoke will be back soon. We'll get a better picture where he's at there. Okay, Dragonstrike getting a nice refill on health again. Probably didn't need it because it's got Cane of Burna and Magic Cape. Alright, so...
Half magic. That's an easy blind fight now.
Yeah, that's a really nice find for Dragonstrike. Not just for that, but it also makes some future boss fights, starting with like Trinex, a lot easier. 'Cause you don't have to be as precise. Great time to chill, according to Blind. Well, yes, but we don't want to be reminded that it's right. Help. Alright, so a pretty easy fight for Dragon. Gets 300 bucks, so that takes care of Zora, and it is a blue pendant.
Seastone just abandoned.
Alright, so... bit disappointing for Dragonstrike. Because he doesn't have the Titan Smith just yet, that does simplify his routing through the rest of the Middle of Dark world. No smithy, no purple chest, no none of that, right? So 11 digs to come up with 3 bombs.
By the way, can you do this error game there?
Think so.
I saw someone do it in like 2 seconds. Oh, just some money from Stumpy. And that was insane. He just shot, and hit everything in the same way. Got a lot of money in very few seconds. That's quite a good thing if you can do that. So, which are the crystals? Swarm Palace and Skullwoods?
Alright, so that's valuable intelligence, so Fire Rod is now 100% required.
Yeah, and... well, we don't really know where the last pendant is, but still, it could still be a pet seed.
True.
I know the viewers want to see a pet seed. The Love Cave, I gave it a solid 0 out of 10.
Yeah, no, some hard containers, but that's it. For Dragon.
So Dragon gonna check the bonk rocks, I think. And then it could be Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think yeah, Eastern is Death Mountain is where Dragon is gonna head next. Map, Turtle Rock,
oh, that's nice.
Back there, we'll find out.
Turtle Rock map is nice. It's nice to know if it is a pendant or a crystal.
Given we've got 2 of the crystals in play right now, and he's just a boy pointing out that it looks like Aga was indeed the play, and yeah, given what we know, yeah, it does appear Aga was correct in terms of routing.
Still, we don't know what Slowpoke has routed this way, because Slowpoke has the mids there could be something different.
Could be, but based on what we've seen, unless something really good pops up here in the cave, it would suggest that yeah, unless like Fire Rod pops up here, then yeah, we're looking at probably something. The route that Dragon is taking is ultimately the correct one. Just a hard container, so nothing there. So Eastern Death Mountain now in play. Yeah, R.D. Walsh pointing out that unless Purple Chest has flippers or hammer, that would be something.
I won't say Slowpoke did it, but I could imagine that Slowpoke might have done the fake flippering bomb jump to get into Palace of Darkness after the Village of Outcast doesn't wield anything.
Right. That's possible too.
Could be. I'm not saying he did it.
In terms of, there's the mirror.
That's a huge find.
Yeah. Now, Womp is in play. The map of Thieves Town a little late for that.
Whoops.
That's unfortunate, but try it again. Got the setup this time, and does. Very nicely done. So, can't get into Tower of Hera here. Check the Floating Isle and Spiral Cave, and that's it. Just $20.
That's not a dead rock, I think. But you don't want to go there. Spiral Cave, yeah. Where do you think Dragonstrike is heading then? It looks like a swamp, but swamp is it is a red crystal, and yeah.
It's red crystal. Do it. In terms of fully completable dungeons, he doesn't have really a whole lot of options. So swamp is, I think, the only play. Oh, and that's right. Okay, I forgot. Tower of Hera is in play. So Tower of Hera, yeah, that would be the correct play. Oh, right, no flippers. Duh.
Oh yes.
Those stupid flippers. Always ruining things.
Always forget about that.
Yeah.
Especially after we see Zora and etc. Well, one thing I like about Tower of Hera is when you do a map check right. Not yet. Oh! Did you see what I saw?
No. Missed it. What was it?
The last pendant is in Desert Palace, so that we now know every other dungeon is a crystal. Last pendant is Desert Palace, every other dungeon is a normal crystal.
Alright,
so this does make Fire Rod and Cane of Sumeria needed.
Yes. So, small key up front, because this is map compass, Dragon might just do the basement just... Oh!
Flippers! What do you say? I think Swamp Palace is in logic. I was just ahead. I'm just looking at the spoiler log here.
Alright, Dragonstrike. I think was thinking about setting up the skip with the pot, but then like, nah, better do this.
So we now know pot is crystal, so he has to go back for pot. Well, what would be the routing? I think he knows the same as we know, that every other dungeon is a crystal, else he would have checked the Dark World when he mirrored.
Right. So... Alright, so... everything in place right now. This is interesting. There's some good there's a lot of choice here for Dragonstrike. It's one of those things where it's like it's almost too many choices. It's like you want to do so much, but at the same time you don't want to get ahead of yourself here.
We can't hide. I think Dragonstrike is technically in the lead with all these items, but one thing he's missing is the mids, and he probably won't go back there very soon. I wouldn't do it.
Well, I like chat's suggestion of doing Swamp, then going to Zora. With the mirror, that does sound like a... Oh, God.
Hammer! What did I say about Swamp?
Oh, man.
Just believe me.
Yeah, I think that's just going to be my standard mode now. I'm just going to listen to whatever you say. Wow. Dragonstrike.
Yeah, that makes Aghanim required, logically.
Right.
Actually, but you still could do it without Aghanim. I'm not sure. I could do it. I think the runners could do it too. And I rather would skip Aghanim than just doing Aghanim for...
Yeah. So, Dragonstrike on to Troll Dorm. 3 charge swings will take care of him. Goes.
He could have done it with a hammer too.
Alright, so $100 for Dragonstrike, and there's another crystal. 54.35, so a 37-minute gap between crystals for Dragonstrike. I mean, I'm sure he thinks he's in the... He knows he's in the right as far as logic is concerned. That said, 17 minutes, you get crystal number 1. 54 minutes, you get crystal number 2. How are you feeling after that?
Well, the first 2 crystals, that's perfectly fine. A lot of checks in between.
Yeah, I guess, but...
A whole pod in between.
True. Yeah, he did pod, he did completed Thieves, but it's still like ew. It's like, in terms of momentum, it can be a little galling, I think.
You see the Swamp play?
Yep. So, Swamp... Then Pod. He's gonna do Pod, I think, like right after that, just to finish it.
It's not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe K45 check.
Yeah. And
something else.
Well, yeah. No myths, so can't do an immediate run through some of those other items.
Smith Chain and so. Yeah, I believe Dragonstrike will not find those mids very soon. It could be the go mode item. Chad said it when Slowpoke picked up the mids. Chad said, "Whoa! Just imagine that mids are the go mode item for Dragonstrike," and I can imagine it now.
Yeah, that's a good point. Go mode Titans myth, it does have a certain level of comfort, or if nothing else, if it's not the go mode item, it's gonna put him really close to it, because with two of the final 3 crystals being Titans myth required, that does simplify things in terms of what you need and what you need to check. But we still got a few items yet before we're at that point. Largely Fire Rod.
Oh, why did he do a map check?
I think that was just a mistype. Now Link, or Shadow in this case, can read. Good to know.
we don't wanna... I personally didn't wanna get this. A play without that book would have been very much nicer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because book
Yeah.
puts in those... those... How do they call this? Pedestals? No, those...
Yeah, the pedestals. Yeah, the pedestals are now in play. Okay, so looking at the board here, now that we've got this tablets, that's another way to put it. So now that we have the book, what could Fire Rod is certainly plausible as the pet item.
Yes, that's what I said. Fire Rod could be a pet item. And yeah, I think, or some kind of medallion we need.
It's the medallion or the Fire Rod, I think. Can't be Cane of Samaria because we need that to finish Misery Mire.
True, though. That's the only items we could need, which are on pedestal. We are totally fine with the Martha sword if we don't find another sword, but I think we do. And yeah, we're totally fine silverless. So actually, we're only searching for the Fire Rod and the Cane of Samaria to be in our no mode.
Right.
Again, we need the myths for doing everything.
Sure. Yeah, myths are already a known quantity, and eventually Dragonstrike is going to have to check Zora because 2 of the crystals are completely locked out to him, regardless of whatever else we find. Eventually, Dragonstrike is not got. That's a nice find with the big key. Saves him from having to double back here.
So Slowpoke should come online soon, I think. I'm very curious about when Slowpoke is gonna open the menu when he's on again.
Okay, bug catching net, so fairies are now caught.
Oh, there he is! FD. Baxter Special X 0. Oh, you see Slowpoke is actually in Palace of Darkness. That's a good thing to see because we know it is needed for progression. That also means that Slowpoke is behind a little on the other items. I mean the mirror or the hammer or the hookshot.
Right, we're not gonna get a full picture just yet. I did take a death ward there.
So no fairy in bottle for Slowpoke. Oh, that's a flute for Dragon. That's something you don't want to see either, because it puts Misery Mire into logic for us, which could wield the Fire Rod too, and could hint to the pedestal.
Right. Okay, so Slowpoke is back. We'll get an idea. Does it pause? The next minute or so, we'll get an idea of item.
Yeah, I will look for it. You can just go on. We don't know what pet was. No pet check. Or at least we didn't see a pet check.
Trying to set up doubles here.
Oh, there is it. I'm gonna pause it. I failed to pause it. I just paused after it. I will do it again when he does it again.
Oh, screen cap? Okay.
Yeah, it was actually an Egger Seed. I'm not sure if Slowpoke did Eggen him.
Nice use of the Ice Rod by Dragonstrike to finish off Argus. And there's the Fire Rod. Oh boy.
No Fire Rod hunt. That means only Pet is nearly dead.
Wow, what a seed this been for Dragonstrike as far as the item. There's blue. So Slowpoke does not have Hammer, otherwise would have finished Pod.
No, of course he can't have the hammer.
Right. Okay.
So I gotta pause it now this time. Give me a sec. Nearly got it. Okay, so Slowpoke has just a crystal and a pendant. A blue pendant. So Slowpoke did Thief Stone too. Slowpoke has the shovel.
Slowpoke's getting screwed over by the dead rocks.
And Slowpoke, yeah, I don't know. I can't see anything other he finished, but Slowpoke has the fire shield.
Right.
I wonder where that was.
Mirror was in Paradox Cave. Buck's on the graveyard ledge. He's just a boy suggesting the shield might have come from the smithy. That's a reasonable guess. That's a reasonable guess.
Yeah, I think it's correct.
So, go ahead.
He's definitely on the search for mids, I think.
Yeah. There's Ether.
Oh. Yeah, I would say that this is no pet seed.
I think at this point the only thing it could be is Bombos.
Yep. And it's unlikely, very unlikely.
Well, we can always hope, right?
The odds are bad. We don't even know if it's needed yet, but Slowpoke could check it.
It's like a sub 1% chance. Meanwhile, Dragonstrike is going to take care of Skull Woods, get that off the table, and probably do a paranoia check.
Oh, we're about to see if the Bombos is needed.
Eventually.
And we see the pet seed. But still, if Bombos is needed, it could be in Misery Maya or somewhere else hidden.
Because Slowpoke does have Titan's Mitt, can do some of these other additional checks, and also get to Tower of Hera that way. And also do Hookshot Cave. Yeah, we got a few bonuses here for Slowpoke.
Am I the only one hearing weird music? Or do you hear? There's background music playing actually. And we're gonna see the check for the medallion, and it is Ether. So Pat is dead. Did he pet check already?
I don't think so, no.
And it means Misery Maya is dead too. So we are actually in nearly a no mode. Not yet, but we know. Oh well, Misery Maya needn't be dead because still the cane could be there.
Yeah, Slowpoke finding a mushroom in a Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, well, Dragonstrike finished his second red crystal dungeon, so Pyramid Fairy is available.
And then there, you got a possibility of the red there. Slowpoke, the mirror is gonna head into Tower of Hera now. 2. But Dragonstrike with 4 crystals right now, very much in the driver's seat as far as his items are concerned, and crystals. And Dragonstrike is going to do a paranoia check.
Yeah, I definitely would do that in his position. It really saves him, I think. Because Dragon sees, oh no, they are not the mids. That saves a lot. Just a little piece of love.
Yeah.
And these are the flippers. We knew Pet was dead. But I had preferred Couch Cash.
Dragonstrike is probably going to activate that flute now. That actually might encourage him to do Zora check because it's pretty easy to do.
I would say, well, maybe. But I don't think it. I probably encourages Dragonstrike to go back to Pod.
Yeah, Pod certainly as well, but after that, his number of checks are very limited, so it's got to be Zora at some point. Whether or not it's now or later remains. But in terms of overworld checks, he's down to very little.
Well, just pointing out, he could check the big chest and TT. You didn't see it.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. That does seem like a bit of a slog as far as a check is. Zora, at least with Zora, you get a few extra items on top of that.
I'm not sure if Dragon is going for Zora. I wouldn't do it.
No, he's doing red shot. He's doing red bomb.
And this is the time Slowpoke needs to catch up.
This certainly doesn't hurt him. Because again, with Titan's Myth, that does give him a little more freedom of action with a few things. Actually, maybe not as much as I think, because cannot do Ice Palace because no Fire Rod, or Bombos for that matter. That's out. Can't do Turtle Rock for the same reason. So yeah, it's like he's holding a slight edge, but it's not as pronounced, I think, just because of what is off limits. 1:10:30 for Slowpoke, almost an hour later.
And the fairy gives us a B.
Yeah. So unfortunately, not much there. So it looks like Dragon is going to finish the job with the pod, which makes sense.
Definitely.
Slowpoke skipped hammer. Whoop.
Did Slowpoke? Well, then not for long, I guess.
Didn't open the big chest, so
What? But
Whoop.
why?
Well, Slowpoke's case is already probably a little tilted because of technical difficulty as it is, so this is not an ideal situation. Dragon is going to finish off pod. Nothing in Spiral Cave for Slowpoke. Slowpoke is really behind the 8 ball right now.
Oh, that's nothing we wanted to see. We want to see a tight race.
Aldog suggested maybe he lost item count and forgot it was shuffled. That's possible, yeah. It's an easy thing to miss. Fortunately, you go farther and farther afield here while going into King's Tomb.
Okay, Slowpoke getting an ether.
This is bad for Slowpoke. This really
Yeah, the hammer is absolutely needed.
yes.
Yeah, that's definitely the item Slowpoke is searching for.
Dragonstrike is 2 items from Go mode, Samaria and Titansmith, we know where that is. Samaria remains unknown. Slowpoke going back to East?
No, probably going to Dark World.
Yeah, it's because
Not sure what Slowpoke is checking then. Looks like Pyramid Ledge, maybe. Maybe?
Odd play. Oh, good Graveyard Legend could be, I guess. That's an odd play. That missed item is really thinking. 113.54 for Dragonstrike. That's 5 crystals. Right, can't enter Turtle Rock without a hammer, so that's yeah.
And you need the Samaria.
Yeah, you can't even get within. You can't even get past the first room without it. Dragonstrike with the flute. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
It's he had no other. As far as options, he was half. Can't do anything else.
No, he could dip into Desert Palace.
Yeah, I guess, but he knows it's pendant, so it doesn't.
Yeah, still.
Want.
4 items there.
And I think in terms of time investment, this is probably. I think if he would have gone to Desert, true irony, he had the Titan meds because he could have done a double with Myers Shed and a few other Checkerboard Cave.
I feel so sorry for Slowpoke to miss that chest. That may could have saved him, I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks like Dragonstrike got this.
Yeah, Slowpoke, and there it is. Dragonstrike 1 item from Go mode.
I mean, even if Kane of Samaria is Dragonstrike's last check, that might be faster than Slowpoke still.
Oh yes, without question. Looks like Slowpoke's checking Hobo. I don't think we've had a Hobo check.
Yes, we hadn't.
Because Dragon didn't do it, so now I'm not really sure what Dragon is doing.
Yeah, he's Death Mountain. Dark Death Mountain, he didn't do it.
Oh, the Dark Death Mountain, that's right, he hasn't done that yet, so...
And he additionally can check the medallion needed for Turtle Rock to enter, which is a nice thing to know for him.
Right. So, where is our Red King? That is what's holding up the line here for Dragon. A lot of places it could be right now. Can't be at Argus, obviously. Could still be in Mire. That's perfectly possible. Desert. Ice Palace.
Did we see the green pendant check turn?
Well, it can't be green pendant just because you need Canis Maria to finish Mire. So that's out.
I confused those pendants. I thought we have green pendant.
Yeah, well, it's not a big deal. So we've got 2 tablets that it could be at. Bombos After, that's possible. Spike Cave is possible.
Chat said that Slowpoke did Aghanim. Did he? I'm not sure. Did he?
I'm not sure. Okay. Chat's that yes. Guards.
Well. Okay.
Alright. Alright, Dragonstrike heading to West Dark Death Mountain is gonna check third. Good idea. Probably gonna check Spike Cave after this.
So I don't like what Slowpoke did then, because Slowpoke obviously checked a lot of locations like the Smith Chain, etc. and then decided to go do Aghanim, knowing that there must be progression in Palace of Darkness, and he had a fairy in a bottle, and he had some bombs that easily could be fake flippers. Either way,
Yeah.
I would have preferred fake flippers because it's much more faster than doing Aghanim 1.
Right.
And if you only need the pot, then it's very good.
Right. So Dragonstrike is gonna probably burn the last bit of this. Slowpoke is in Swamp Palace. Money in Spike Cave. So Dragonstrike has some choices here as far as what to do next. With Titan's Myth, that does open a few things. But how much overworld is he going to do before deciding?
Oh no.
That's the deal. Dragonstrike is going to go to Ice Palace now. Yep. Slowpoke's going to check Bombos.
And maybe after this, Slowpoke is gonna check Desert Palace.
Yeah. With the Book of Medora, yeah, that's...
And we know that Desert Palace can't save him. Whatever he finds there,
Well,
it's no progression for him, even if it's the Cane of Sumeria.
we got Magic Powder, that's a thing. That's nice to have. Because he has the mirror, Magic Bat is now in play. So, underway now with Desert. There's the big key. Dragon underway in Ice Palace. Ice Palace is his sixth crystal. After this, it gets interesting for Dragonstrike in terms of routing.
Can't understand why Slowpoke is picking up that hard piece, because Slowpoke must feel very behind doing Aghanim 1 so late.
Yeah, it's gotta be feeling tilted. Was that? Did I?
Sorry?
What was in the big chest?
Just a key.
Oh. For a second there, I thought I saw something twisted, and
Slowpoke is saving the exit. No, no, no! Slowpoke is playing this like it is no map combo shuffle.
yeah, I think he's, I think the whole blue screen thing is completely throwing him off his axe. As far as mindset, that's a real
Feels bad, man.
not good. Dragonstrike bucks there. Setting a bomb jump. Got it. Oh, missed it. Thought he had it. Down he goes.
Slowpoke probably mismarked Tower of Hera by now. And that means... But it's a nice thing he will again go there because of the book.
Eventually, yeah, Slowpoke's doing a nice job with Ice Rod strats. You don't see this very often, but does Tempered Sword damage to the Land Molas, so that's fucked.
Oh, that's another bottle for Dragonstrike. I believe that's their third bottle, and they have only 3 right now. And not 4, because wasn't there a bottle on the bumper ledge? I mean
Yeah.
on the lumberjack ledge?
Correct, yes.
So they can't have 4.
Yeah, Lumberjack was bottle number 4. So yeah, so Slowpoke has 3, I believe, just based on the way this is going, and Dragon at 2, I think.
Yes, I'm very sure, because one bottle was a blue goo, I think, or a green goo, and the other one was a fairy.
Correct, yes. So Dragon, little light on health here. Hearts, through.
Okay, Slowpoke, what are you doing? Oh, you're checking Batcave?
That'd be my guess, based on the way this is going. Big, maybe also getting purple chest while he's at it. Can do that. No, maybe he's already checked the lunchbox.
Yeah, we're Samaria from Go Mode for a long time now. However, Dragonstrike... Did Dragonstrike check the medallion for G-Rock? I think Dragonstrike did, I'm not sure.
I believe he did, yes.
Dragon never checked the... what did he never check? RS? Desert? What's that?
Right side desert.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Slowpoke never checked it. Dragon never went for desert at all. But I think Slowpoke never checked it because he, again, mixed that mode up and didn't think about the map compass shuffle, and therefore skipped those chests.
Yeah. So Dragon with only 3 hearts gonna go after Cold Stare. He's got red mail, so that helped, and he's got half magic, but he's gotta be able to be a little careful here with his, at least his open ground against, okay, he's fine. Nicely done. Burns all of his magic. I think Slowpoke's figured it out.
That's probably the tablet.
Yeah. 125,
as we said.
125.46 for Dragonstrike and Ice Palace. 6 crystals. Where is our red cane? We're based on what we
now. Oh, Slowpoke is now doing a Rage Slash and looking at the map and is confused because Slowpoke now thought he did every check he has, but in fact Slowpoke is missing that map compass shuffle. Will he remember? He should have by looking at the map.
Yeah, this.
Oh no, he shouldn't, because he finished all the dungeons. That palace has to be tracked, and yeah, Slowpoke is very confused now. We can't. I'm totally feel sorry for Slowpoke.
And we've all had those moments where you assume one thing, or you think you got everything, you're wondering, where the hell am I supposed to go? And yeah, that's a hard thing to reconcile. So we got a drug deal coming up for Dragon. He doesn't want to. I think Meyer is the nuclear option. Wants to exhaust everything else.
The seed used map compass shuffle. Slowpoke is confused.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I feel so sorry. Oh man.
think he wanted to go to Meyer, but was a little short there. There we go. So
I can't watch Slowpoke anymore. I have to concentrate on the other screen.
yeah, or a big chest. Yeah, Hammers and hair are a big chest. Slowpoke is meant to ride at this point. Just doesn't. Let's see what was that. Let's see what was on Ether.
Whatever you wanna.
Myers.
Yeah, whatever you wanna check, Desert or Maya, you're gonna go Maya first. Check Maya, check, and maybe you check the checkerboard cave too. And yes, and then you're gonna decide on what you do.
Checkerboard cave next. But yeah, we're almost out of options here as far as Canis Samaria. I mean, hell, at this point, I'd say Big Chest Thieves Town.
Could be. I think Dragonstrike is well, he may track it away, maybe not. There's certainly nothing you wanna go.
Well, we did not see Right Side Desert, so it could be in there too.
Yeah, I think Slowpoke remembers this. That he may have missed something in Right Side Desert and goes there. Which is a bad decision because Slowpoke was right standing in front of Tower of Hera when he decided to save and quit.
Yeah, he's got to be thinking this is not Map's compass.
I see no. I see a I see no chance for Slowpoke to catch up, and no chance for Slowpoke to finish this after Dragonstrike will finish it.
Yeah, there's bombs, so not there. So if it's not in here, then it's in Meyer or Thief Town Big Chest. Well, not that. No, it's not a Gina. We saw a Gina pretty early, like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, Slowpoke might have remembered now that it's a compass map shuffle. Map compass, I mean. Rechecks all his checks, but everything else is checked, Slowpoke. You checked everything. That was a piece of heart on top of there, and you already opened the big chest too. There was a small key. I hope... Well, that's a map check. I think there's a lot of frustration going on.
Oh. Putting it mildly, yeah. Really... So it's a double ether, so,
Oh, that's too bad. You know what I wanted to see for Myra? I wanted to see Bombos for Myra, and Bombos in the T-Town.
No, we had the same thought just now, yeah. Meyer in the spike chest. Well, seen Spike Cave, that was out. Slowpoke racing out of there, where? I'm not really what. So for Dragonstrike, apart from Canis Samaria, has everything he needs to make quick work. At this point, anything he gets is a bonus. Like a red sword would be nice, I think, for him. Like, does he need it? No. Is it nice? Oh, sure.
Oh, those items are hidden in the GT, as always.
Of course. But, and how long he spends in GT will depend on what he gets, but, Slowpoke, okay, did not do this. I didn't think he could at the time, because...
Well, he did. He did it.
Oh, he did?
He double-checked it. Yeah, you saw him getting just a small green rupee out of the second chest. He already did it. Slowpoke is redoing the checks because Slowpoke feels like he missed something. He knows he's certainly tracked something. He certainly put something away from the tracker, which he did not check, but he doesn't know what. And it is Tower of Hera, Slowpoke. It is Tower of Hera big chest. It is only the big chest you didn't check, but it is the big chest. Can you hear me?
He's 6 out of 8, so... did he not do blind?
He did do blind, he has the medallion.
Well,
It was the blue medallion. I checked it in the menu.
Yeah. How did he end up with 6 items? He must have. Oh, there's Go Mode.
Oh, Go Mode.
Dragonstrike has found the Cane of Samaria. He's at Go Mode at 132.30.
Yeah. So this means there comes our T-Rock.
Alright, so Dragon on his way to GT. I actually thought he might have made a pit stop for some potion. I would, but then I'm not in the tournament right now either, so take that for what you will. Go on to TR. Dragonstrike. Okay, well, yeah, that explains. So, Slowpoke. Boy. Probably be on a full-on meltdown right now. So.
I hope Slowpoke finds that hammer.
Looney Cloud, I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. Not really sure.
This is a double dip into Skull Woods. I think there's checked everything.
Pretty much. I mean, I think he got everything. He was in here earlier. So he was in here before his stream went belly up.
Yeah. Oh, that's a pet check. Another pet check. Just a piece of love. Yeah, poor Slowpoke. Slowpoke is confused. It's hit himself in its confusion.
Yeah. I think Math Girl called it right. Dragonstrike making this map compass and casting confusion, it being super effective. Glib as that is, as glib as that is, it I think is a pretty accurate summation of what is happening.
Oh, the frustration. Another map check.
He's completely out of sorts here. Dragonstrike with 2 keys. Going back down to check south part of this room. Alright, so what was on Ped? Just hard.
Hard, just a little bit of the heart.
Dragonstrike well in control here, on his way to got a hard contest. So he doesn't have not that he really needs it. He does not have magic powder. It's one of the few things Slowpoke has that doesn't.
Slowpoke seems to go to Tower of Hera. Yes.
Unless he wants to make a run at Spike Cave, I think he's got he's out of options. I think he did Spike Cave anyways. About it. Got the mirror arms, so that we could just know. Dragonstrike, using the key logic, I think has figured this much out, so he's all set for item. Not going to check anything else. Check nothing except what he absolutely needs.
This is Slowpoke getting the hammer. Sorry for to interrupt.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Well, he even had the compass too. He had, so wow. So, how many rage slashes are we gonna get? You think?
Well, that are not so many rage slashes. You should watch Frostbite. Don't know if you know him, but I know him by these frustration slashes. And that's the hammer for Slowpoke! Last location.
There it is. So, the floodgates have opened. Unfortunately, it is too little, far too late. He is 4 crystals behind at this point. He is just.
Oh, not last location. Oh, yeah, this is last location.
Pretty.
Well, it could be that Dragonstrike is falling from Ganon 32 times.
If that ends up happening, then I think we all need to start questioning a lot of things in life. Dragonstrike on his way to try next. Got half magic. Should be enough to offset any problems you might have with blue sword, which are probably minimal at best.
Yeah, we see the item simulator now. No, the menu item or menu swapping simulator, something like that.
Unfortunately, did not get remember to get Fire Rod back, so gonna have a little bit of trickery with the floor, but he's all set.
The Slowpoke must feel very far behind. But again, as if I were Slowpoke, now I think I don't know what to do. I think I can't catch up neither what I do. If I skip items or not.
Alright, so with that, it's time for everybody's favorite game in the whole wide world. There are 22 chests where the big key could be. What will it be? So, hey, you and I kind of guessed the same thing. 5 and 6. We got a 1.
Yeah, I saw your 5, so I get 6.
So Dragonstrike well on his way to moving on in this tournament, barring unbelievable collapse here.
And the game is about to finish and end. Guesses are closed.
Sorry for those late on that. Alright, here we go. First chest is 10 arrows.
First spot.
Going full left side here. No checks to the right for the moment.
That's my route.
There you go, full left.
I always go through this room first and then maybe I go to the right.
3, nothing. 4, no. 5, so I'm done.
Yeah, I would do exactly the same. Mirror out and go to the right then. It's a nice setup this way. Slowpoke found his Swagnet. Bombos!
So 7 down, nothing so far.
What I want to see now is another shield. Again, I lost count. Where are we?
We're at 7. Yeah, we're at 7 items. There it is.
Oh.
Number 8. He's gonna check the rest of them because he can. Doesn't get anything of value, so
Oh boy. Oh boy was the winner of the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game. Congratulations. And apparently the only winner.
congrats. Congrats on correct guess. Go buy a lottery ticket now. So yeah, so yeah, can Dragonstrike do this with his current item set? Sure. He probably is going to check the any chests remaining are probably going to be checked just because, you know, like it is a real time sink having to fight Ganon with a blue sword. So if you get a sword upgrade, do it. It's worth a look.
I personally hope for 32 falls or 15 dice at Ganon fight, so I don't want to see another sword upgrade. And I want to lose him some health. You just I'm sorry for Slowpoke. I just want to see something tight race here.
Yeah, it's like this, you know, for a game 3 like this, this is not what you were hoping to see as far as the outcome is concerned. It feel bad for the guy. Get this far.
This doesn't feel right.
Like, this is not how you want your tournament to end. This kind of agony.
Come on, he has to die on his way on top, but I think he doesn't.
Probably not. He's got one more lamp to go. I think that crosses the plane from unlucky. Just ooh.
Yeah, 52 spins are 52 spins are just 52 spins. That's I don't know. That's the time Slowpoke needs to finish Ice Pillars.
Yeah, it's like that'd probably be worth an entire dungeon. That's assuming it goes perfectly, but
it's just a dungeon. Just one dungeon. Where again was the fire rod? Wasn't it on this boss here? I'm not sure. It was somewhere on some boss.
It was Fire Rod, yeah, it was Fire Rod. Argus had Fire Rod. Alright, so now we're gonna see if Dragon does indeed decide to check the 4 remaining chests on his way to onto Aghanim. Excuse me, Aghanim. Oh boy.
Yeah, that settles it. I can't imagine any situation. Well, we may see a pad, which is like his gamepad is screwed up, and he does 32 faults.
46-20 for Slowpoke getting crystal number 3, but
okay.
2 rooms to go.
Yes, we could again do a blue ball game. I don't know.
Yeah. At this point, it's like how many rounds is it gonna take?
Yeah, something like that.
I got a double there. That's a good double.
Do you see this?
Yeah, I tried to go for the
a triple.
I think that was a double. I think one of them canceled out. That's 5 hits. There it is.
True story. So this is another guessing game now. How many of Ganon's unneeded teleports? Like, he always needs one in a cycle, but he can do more than one. You know those trolley teleports. How many of them will he do? I always guess 4 trolley teleports.
Oh, chat pointing out that it was not Dragonstrike's choice to do the MC shuffle.
Oh.
Oh boy. So phase 1 done for Dragon. Charge.
Yeah, perfect position.
Yeah.
Needs to be a little careful.
Yeah.
And he didn't hit Ganon, but he has some magic left, and with a tempered sword, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Now should be safe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Well, if he gets... Oh, I think that's 3 trolley teleports.
Okay, so we've got a blue potion all set.
Okay, oh boy.
Turtle Rock had the arrows. One of the remaining chests. So let's see.
I think those were just 3 trolley teleports and 2 normals.
So 12 charged swings now from Dragonstrike. I think he's on 4 right now. And turns out the big chest in Thieves Town had the compass to Eastern.
Oh boy. Not even silvers. Nearly done.
Yep.
Think 2 more cycles on the torch.
Yeah,
that's it.
Get out the GGs for Dragonstrike1988, who grinded through a pretty trolley seed, all told. Will take this match with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, 13 seconds. GGs to Dragonstrike, and Slowpoke has indeed thrown in the towel and is forfeited, which I totally understand. And we welcome our 2 competitors of today's match, Dragonstrike1988, Slowpoke316. GGs.
GG Dragonstrike.
GG Slowpoke.
So Slowpoke, I know, not exactly how you wanted this to end, unfortunately. All your technological problems and such. Sorry about that, man.
Stuff happens. You're just after that point, it's like, all right, we need to get in this race. Oh, and then we derped the worst way possible with the we're going to check we're going to count items. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, we kind of suspected as much with what happened. Oh right, it's map compass. That was the only thing we could figure at that point.
That's exactly what happened. All right, oh, there's 2 items in Desert Palace. We don't have to worry about the east side. Okay, there's my 2 items from Terra. I don't have to worry about the big chest. And then just snowball.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That was really a thing. We are so sorry for you that you last located that hammer.
Yeah, that's ultimately what ended up happening, and for a stretch there, it was kind of interesting because you Slowpoke got the mitts a lot sooner than Dragonstrike did. So And ultimately, as it turned out, Aga was required just based on the way the logic's set up. But it was an interesting contrast for a while because you were able to go to some place that Dragon couldn't, and that really kind of set up for an interesting contrast. But eventually, so once the mid player kind of fell back firmly in Dragonstrike's camp.
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to ask you, Slowpoke, because I thought that was kind of interesting play that you found the mids so early, but then you decided to do Egger 1 instead of sneaking into Desert Palace, I mean POD, with some fake flippering with a bomb or the ferry.
Oh, thing about that, I'm horrible with X and Y, my X and Y coordinates. I've never done a turn jump before, so I knew it was there. And I think halfway through, it's like, all right, here I am, or lost a few minutes because of crash. I've lost another couple, like 5 or 6 minutes, because I'm sure Dragonstrike turn jumped, even though they didn't. So I was like, I don't care at this point. So let's just finish through and go. So yeah, the reason I knew about that, I just have no clue how to set it up.
Okay. Dragonstrike, how do you feel about the seat?
I mean, if you do Egger and find the mids like 30 minutes later, you don't feel that good.
Yeah, that's totally a thing. We only saw you for that time and didn't know if Slowpoke was behind or not, and we didn't know when you were going to this Zora. I think you nearly last located Zora, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was a thing for Slowpoke to catch up.
But in terms of it's like you last located Zora for the mids, but on the plus side, you were able to clear out a lot of stuff in the way, and yet it took you a while to get to that second crystal with Tower of Hera, but then you knocked out you got 4 crystals in the span of about 20 minutes. So you're up to 5 crystals. It's like, so you're wondering where are the mids and where's the cane? Well, the mids lead to the cane, but still.
That's a really nice thing, because it really turned out good what you done. Because Dark World Access wasn't Aghanim 1, but as Aghanim 1 still was required, that turned out later. That was like the play. We didn't see it, and yeah, again this big chest in TT, not wielding anything but a useless compass. Well, it's a nice thing to never go back to that.
So Dragonstrike, I'm sure you were fine with it, but how much of a relief was it to get the red sword in T?
That felt pretty good, not gonna lie. And then you get the hint from Ganon, TR Silvers. Well, thank you.
Probably leather chest.
Yeah, it's like it just had to stick it to you just one more time, especially when your first item is a bow. Wow.
Yep.
So now you get to play the winner of Trip, and he's just a boy. Any thoughts about your potential future opponent?
I will study the two, and then we will see.
All right. Thanks all to our runners for putting on a good show in spite of technical difficulties. A very interesting seed and a very interesting race overall, I thought. Thanks all for watching. I thank Math Girl for, as always, fine job stream, and Boy for tracking, and Third X for joining me fairly like last minute kind of thing. So glad it all worked together.
Thank you too.
Right.
And thanks to our tracker.
Yes,
Sorry, I was talking in plural.
absolutely. Well, thanks
And
all
thank
for
for the audience to watch.
So give our runners a follow and give us a follow if you're so inclined. But we'll see you all again very soon.